Bleach, 10 strongest characters at the end of the series. Number 10. Toshiro Hitsugaya. There was a point when Hitsugaya was nothing more than a joke. Even the smallest threats required him to unleash his Bankai, a technique which is generally the highest level of power a Shinigami can reach. However, after the time skip, Hitsugaya turns into a force to be reckoned with. His Bankai becomes even more powerful, turning him into an adult just so he can handle the power. Number 9. Kisuke Urahara. Kisuke is easily the smartest person on this list, with his intellect being the driving factor behind his victories in battle. He's known as one of the best strategists of all time and is one of the primary reasons why Ichigo managed to become such a powerful Shinigami in the first place. Having a great mentor certainly does wonders in the world of shonen. Number 8. Lil Boro. The Thousand-Year Blood War introduced some incredibly powerful enemies, with Lil Boro being a worthy mention in that regard. His base form might be nothing to write home about, but it's his transformations that truly make him a worthy foe. His first transformation is challenging enough as is, but it's his second transformation that truly proves to be a thorn in the side of Soul Society's fighters. His speed, power, and resilience are all incredibly high and make him a tough foe indeed. Number 7. Gerard Valkyrie. However, while Lil was a powerful foe, he was still taken care of by the Soul Society fighters after a long battle. The same can be said for Gerard Valkyrie, who was easily the strongest fighter under Ewitch's thumb. His resilience was so immense that even getting cleaved in half by Kanpachi's beastly form wasn't enough to take this fighter down. It was only a stroke of luck that Ewitch's Oswalin decided to trigger just when Gerard's threat seemed too immense, allowing his opponents to finally get some much-needed respite. Number 6. Kanpachi Zaraki. Speaking of Kanpachi, it must be said that his attainment of Bankai finally placed him a cut above the rest in the Gate 13. This bloodthirsty maniac was already enough of a threat as is before unlocking a new threshold of power. In his Bankai, Zaraki pretty much transforms into an Oni of sorts, sacrificing his own body in order to attain inhumanly high levels of power that could slash even the toughest of foes with relative ease. Number 5. Sasuke Aizen. The manner in which Aizen was taken out at the end of his arc might have done his character a massive injustice, but there's no denying the fact that this character is easily one of the strongest members in Soul Society. Without his sacrifice at the very end of Bleach, it goes without saying that Ewitch would have succeeded in his goal of decimating the entirety of Soul Society. Number 4. Ichigo Kurosaki. The Thousand-Year Blood War arc introduced a number of new characters, each of whom was incredibly powerful in their own right. No other character personifies this statement better than Ichigo Kurosaki, a person who was responsible for the nomenclature of the words Shikai, Bankai, Zanpakuto, and a whole host of other names as well. So, it only goes without saying that this monk would have some of the most extensive powers in all of Bleach, and that's precisely the case. His Shikai and Bankai can remove or alter a person's name itself, reducing their power or making them as powerful as whatever Ichigo might want him to be. Number 3. Urushida. If actions are what denotes power in Bleach's universe, then Ishida's last-minute attack to dispel Ewitch's powers was probably one of the most monumental actions ever taken in the entire series. Of course, Ishida is more than just this one solitary action. He's one of the most powerful Quincy of all time, with his ability to reverse time between 2 points of his choice being a definite highlight in his massive arsenal of powers. Number 2. Ichigo Kurosaki. It would be impossible to list out the strongest characters in Bleach without mentioning the iconic protagonist of the series, Ichigo Kurosaki. He's one of the most dynamic characters in the entire series when it comes to his power level, which keeps on rising over the course of the series in spectacular fashion. The fact that he has the powers of a Shinigami, Hollow, Quincy, and Fullbring as well is one of the major reasons why Ichigo's power threshold is ever increasing, and one can make the argument that he never really reached his full potential by the end of the series either. Number 1. Ewitch. If it wasn't for Ishida's last-ditch attack that took his powers away for a split second, Ewitch would have ended the world of Bleach as we know it. Words aren't enough to describe just how incredibly powerful Ewitch really is, and the mere fact that one of his powers, the Almighty, allowed him to bend the future as per his will, shows that he was leagues above any fighter in this department.
A novelist, of course.